Hello everyone, my name is Rafael and I'm the founder of BeGreat.com and the creator of Great Life Planning System. I teach young adults the essential life skills and proven success strategies that they need to create a great life for themselves. Ultimately, I help them create an effective personal life plan. A life plan designed not only to help them achieve joy, success, and deep fulfillment within, but also make a positive impact on the world. So if you're tired of living an average life and you want to create a great life for yourself, I can help you plan it, do it, and be it. Now, today we want to talk about how successful people, the champions out there, they get twice as much done in half the amount of time with half the effort, okay? Now, we've seen many people out there where we wonder, how do they get all this stuff done? They could be artists maybe, they could be business people, or even parents, great parents. And we always wonder, where do they find the energy? Where do they find the time? And where do they find the focus? How can they get so much done when people like us, where we get tired? I mean, after a while, as the day progresses and we want to achieve our goals, we just simply lose focus and we get tired or we run out of time, very simply. So I have been studying these individuals for a while. I've read their autobiographies, I've seen their videos, I've seen their interviews, and I figured out a few things that I want to share with you today. And I've applied these in my own life and I've seen a tremendous amount of results. So what I hope to do is kind of get some of this knowledge out to you so you can apply it for yourself and to see if that improves your life or not. So let's get started. Let me go to my highly technical display unit here. All right, so there's three concepts that we need to understand in order to understand how they do it. So let's look at each concept separately. Concept number one, we all start with these three things at the beginning of our day, okay? And as the day progresses, these things deplete. Okay, this is true with everyone, including you and I and the champs that are out there. So time, energy, and focus. Those are the three things that we get at the beginning of the day, or the beginning of the month, the beginning of the week or year, however long your project or your goal is. Time, energy, and focus. Now, obviously, time, we understand, as we go throughout the day, we have less and less time. Everybody gets 24 hours, less and less time to accomplish what we set out to do. Energy is another one. We have a limited amount of energy throughout our day. And as the day progresses, we use up more and more of it. And as we approach the afternoon and evening and night, we just run out of it. We get tired, okay? Focus, that's another factor. And a lot of people don't think about it, but that's very important. In the morning when we get up, we're a little bit more focused once we get going. And that focus, as the day progresses, also becomes less and less. So most likely you've found yourself, just like it happens to me, in the afternoons we're a little bit fuzzy and we can't think straight. And when we want to start a new goal, we just basically don't have the motivation to go through with that. So we procrastinate and leave it for the following day when we have more of all these three things. So concept number one is understand that no matter who you are, you start with a set amount of these three things in the morning, and as the day progresses, they get less and less and less. Okay, now the red arrows here are examples of somebody who does not use this fuel, what I call it, just call it fuel, efficiently, and at the end of the day, or by midday sometimes by noon, they're depleted already. Now, what the champs do, they have figured out a way, which I'll explain, to do twice as much as you and I, and still end up with half of that stuff, that fuel left. Okay, maybe they're here in this one, they have a little bit more energy and they have more focus, so they can get more stuff done. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Concept number one. Concept number two is also known as the 80-20 rule. Many of us are familiar with that. It's the Pareto's principle. That's what it's actually called. But we call it the 80-20 rule. Basically, 80-20 rule says that 20% of our activities result in 80% of our achievement, of our results, okay? 20% brings the 80%. And 80% brings only the 20% of the results or achievements or goals that we want. So what the principle says is basically figure out which activities, which goals are the 20, and then just focus on them and pay less attention to the 80% that don't bring you much anyways. Okay, so that's the 80-20 rule. I hope you understand that. Now, the last concept is the positive momentum concept. This is where, think of it as a compound interest. Small little movements, small little positive movements, or activities in this case, eventually over time, they result in tremendous amount of success, okay? So these positive little changes, positive activities, positive movements, they build on top of each other. And as you see in the curves, slowly but surely, one day they'll just pick up and you're making enormous amount of progress. You can see that in the business world with companies like Amazon, Apple, and Facebook, Microsoft. These companies, for first few years of their lives, they were struggling, but they were making these small little positive movements and they're achieving these small little goals. But that built on top of where now they're multi-billion-dollar companies. As of this recording, Apple just broke $1 trillion. First company that breaks $1 trillion valuation. So same thing happens with athletes, okay? Same things happens with parents. Same thing happens with people just in general. They're successful in life, okay? They build on top of on top of these positive movements. So it's important to understand that if you do the same thing over and over, same old thing, that doesn't get you too far. It's the new things that you try. It's the new, in this case, what we call positive things that take you to the next level, all right? So that's concept number 3. 1, 2, 3. Just keep that in mind. We'll come back to it. I'm gonna put this over here so we can reference it. Now, the key thing that glues all of these three things together and results in tremendous amount of success, doing twice as much with half the time and half the effort, are habits. Let me explain. Turning your to-dos, should-dos, and must-dos into habits will burn less fuel. Remember, we call these 3 things fuel, just like a fuel gauge that goes up and down throughout your day. So turning those, I have to do this, I should be doing this, I must do this, all of these things that are in your mind, turning them into habits will burn less fuel. Why is that? The reason is habits, when they're formed in your mind, they move into your subconscious mind and you do them automatically. Just like driving, riding a bicycle, eating, breathing, anything that you do that you don't think about too much, those are called habits. And it's obvious that they burn less fuel because your mind in the background doesn't and they just get done without you paying too much attention to them, okay? Now, habits could be anything, okay? We're not just talking about small little things, okay? Some of the successful people, they have habits that to us, they seem to be a lot of work. And But in their case, it's just habit. They do it easily, all right? Whatever, producing new songs and videos, and for parents taking care of the kids and having dinner with their families, or running a company, having meetings. All of these things could be habits. Sometimes we don't see them as habits, but they are. They have become habits for these successful people. And once an activity becomes a habit, okay, it gets easier to accomplish. Why? Because you spend less time on them, less energy, your mind, you just automatically do it, and less focus. It doesn't require that much focus from you because your brain already is used to doing them, right? So as you do more of the things that have become habitual for you, you burn less of these things throughout your day. So what happens is that when you get to the middle of your day, and or middle of your week, month, year, whatever the range, the time limit of your goal is, you have more fuel left, because most of the stuff down here that you needed to get done, you created habits out of them. And by the time you get all those things done, you still have more of these things left: time, energy, and focus. And those three things are the exact three things that you need to try new things. Things that take you to the next level. And you're not just stuck doing what you were doing before, but you try new things, you learn new things, you focus on new projects, you start new projects, and you move up to the next level because you still have a lot of fuel left. I hope that's easily understandable. So the key is to take those 20% of activities that bring you 80% of the results and turn them into habits, all right? And the way you do that is you focus on them intensely for a short period of time. And at the beginning, it's a little bit difficult because you have to spend a lot of time and energy on them. But once they become a habit, it pays off, right? For the many years after that, you're using less and less of this to do those things. I hope that's very clear. And this is what the successful people understand and they practice, all right? Let me repeat that because it's very, very important. I have applied this to my life and I've seen tremendous improvements, and I want you to truly understand this. Turn more of the things that you have to do, should-dos, must-dos, to-dos, right? Look on your list and turn them into habits. Just spend the time and energy at the beginning to quickly give yourself a week, 2 weeks, a month, however long it takes until those activities and those goals go in the back of your mind and become subconsciously, you just do them. They become habits, in other words. And you will see that you will get the same amount of things done in less time and with less effort. And the great things, the three great thing about it is that you still have more left to try new things, okay? I want to emphasize that because it's very, very important. So bottom line is that creating more positive habits equals more success. So that's what these individuals do, all right? It's not a secret. This is something they have learned to do over and over, where it becomes very natural to them, okay? They take to do this, they create more and more habits in their lives, and they have more fuel, time, and focus left to try new things. And it's those new things that brings them more success, not the same old things, okay? So as they learn these new things, new positive things, they keep creating habits out of them, and so they can focus on more and more new and improved things for their companies, for their families, for their health, and they just move up and up and up into the world, okay? So that's what I wanted to teach today. I hope you understand this. And I hope you get to practice this for yourself and see if your life improves. Start small. This is my advice. Start very small. Take one activity, one of your should-dos, to-dos, and must-dos, and try to intensely focus on it for a short period of time until it becomes a habit. And then basically you can forget about it because you do it automatically. Take something small in a specific area of your life. Maybe it's your health, maybe it's with your family, maybe it's with your career, even with your social life, whatever area of your life, just pick one thing small, focus on it intensely, turn it into a habit, and understand this concept, and you'll see that your life will improve and you will get more and more done with less amount of time and less amount of effort. Okay? Well, this is all I have today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you would like to hear more, please go to BeGreat.com and check us out. Drop your email. Also, we're on social media everywhere. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn even, and YouTube. So I hope I'll see you there. Thank you very much, and now go out there and be great. But more importantly, make sure you are also kind. Take care.